Thanks for joining me today, everybody. I'm taking you on a trip to Aulani, a Disney resort in Ko'olina, Hawaii. My family and I ended our week-long Hawaii trip with 2 days here. It's a ginormous resort, and every part of it is beautiful, and it was a very fun finish to our Oahu vacation. But I don't think I would come here as my only destination. Disney does a good job of blending the Disney magic and luxury with traditional Hawaiian imagery. Haters might say that it's not Disney enough, and also not Hawaiian enough. It's possible they have a point, and I don't know that my opinion counts at all, as I am not a Hawaiian native or a Disney native. I'll leave that for the intelligentsia to figure out. But I will say that if you stay here, it should only be part of your Oahu stay and not the entirety. If you watch my other videos, you'll see that there's a lot of fun things to do on the island besides Aulani. This little guy in the top corner of the elevator is a minehune, and I believe they've got a hide-and-seek quest looking for these guys around the resort. There are lots of kids here, so if you're trying to plan a quiet adults-only resort stay, you might want to give this one a pass. They gave me a button since it was my first time here. Yes, I put it on my stupid dad-style hat. Like anything Disney, there are lots of gift shops scattered around the resort. This one is the main one and the most Disney and has all the shirts and hats and ears you might need, and even some you won't need. Do we really ever need these? Across the hall and down a little ways, there's a much more expensive boutique-style gift shop if that is more your style. We've decided to get an ornament from every vacation, so we remember each of them when we set up the tree at the end of the year. On to our room. As I've mentioned before, we are DVC members, and we do own a timeshare membership at Aulani, so we get to book our room farther out than everybody else. We got a 2-bedroom suite, and it was so much nicer than a small hotel room or any Airbnb we've ever stayed in. This room had 2.5 bathrooms, so there was never any waiting. Hello. We had a full kitchen with everything we could have needed. Both this couch and chair turned into pull-out beds, and 2 of my children slept in them with no complaints. We had a washer and dryer and a cupboard, and I believe you can call down to the front desk to get a pack and play if you need it for your littles. The master bedroom was enormous, only rivaled by the master bathroom. Both ensuite bathrooms had water closets, which is a huge improvement over having the toilet in the same room as the vanity and bathing. And if you ever stay at a Disney resort, all you need is a loofah sponge so you can take advantage of their famous body wash and soaps. The second bedroom had 2 queen beds and an ensuite bathroom, which was also very large, but couldn't compare to the king-size bathroom in the master bedroom. My only complaint is that every internal door has these slats, bedrooms and bathrooms, and we were always concerned about how much noise and light might pass through them. All 3 rooms open onto this balcony. This is one of their garden view rooms that has a fine view of the ocean and also looks down on the Luau patio. The sun went down and that patio came alive. The singer and main hostess has an amazing voice. We watched a bit of the Luau from our balcony. Some of it is standard Luau fare, like this part where they taught a simple hula dance to their guests. But I think it's safe to say that no other luau on all the islands has Mickey and Minnie dancing hula with the guests. And fire knife dancers are always cool. The grounds and landscaping are beautiful, and in typical Disney style, they are crafted to look like they just sprang out of the ground like this. And this is on the outside of the courtyard where most people never go. It's on a walking path that leads from the public parking to the beach because all beaches in Hawaii must have public access. The public access parking only had about a dozen spaces, or you can park in the paid lot. The paid lot is free if you're a DVC member staying on property. Just be aware the spaces are skinny. Like, I'm glad I bought the insurance skinny. Let's talk about the water features at the resort. The lazy river is impressive and meanders a long way through the huge courtyard in the middle of the resort. There are lifeguards everywhere, even though the lazy river is only waist high to most adults. There's a splash play area for children and a small false mountain that houses 2 water slides. One is a dark contained body slide and the other is a tube slide. Both are a lot of fun, and if you are very observant, you can find animals formed into the mountain, similar to the Tree of Life in Animal Kingdom in Orlando. The outside of the resort is decorated everywhere with water. Fountains and koi ponds. And the lazy river is visible from almost everywhere within the grounds. I had to get up super early to get shots of the lazy river not packed with families. Its official name is the Waikolohe Stream, and it stretches for 900 feet, or almost 275 meters, passing through a tunnel under the mountain, under several small bridges, and always past beautiful plants. If they're all not already in use, you can snag a single or double tube to float in, though it is always crowded in the heat of the day. To use the pools, spas, or lazy river, or chairs on the beach, you must be issued one of these wristbands that prove that you're staying at the resort, and you have to get a new one each day. No sneaking into the pools from other resorts, or if you're passing by to use their beach. There are water features for all ages, like this cute puddle splash area for tiny toddlers. There are 2 large pools. This is the larger, and it's also where the water slide empties out. The other pool, once again, has that organic look to it. Next to it is a hot tub where the whole family can enjoy a soak. You'll also find this terraced hot tub with 2 levels, open only to guests that are over 18. It's a nice place to relax and enjoy the view. A bit of rude humor coming up. I learned that my shorts will trap all the air when I sit down. I squeezed it out when I sat down, and a gentleman turned around only in time to see the bubble. He immediately got out. It reminded me of a similar scene from a famous movie you may know.
Nice.
Another attraction here is Rainbow Reef, which is a landlocked exhibit featuring tropical fish in a lifelike pool. There's only one entrance, and they are careful to control the number of people in the pool at a time. Once again, it's a bit expensive. You can expect to pay up to $25 per person for a visit, but that will last you all day, or at least the few hours during the day when it is open. You can come and go as you like. After they check your wristbands and take your money, they provide you with snorkels and masks and require you to wear, well, I wouldn't call it a life jacket. It looks like one of the life vests they show you on planes, but not quite so big, and you're not allowed to kick. They want you to motor around with gentle sweeps of your hands, and since there's so much to see, you shouldn't be trying to cross it as quickly as you can anyway, and kicking would scare the fish away. Rainbow Reef is not representative of a true reef. It's a curated museum of tropical fish. And unlike snorkeling in the ocean, which can be good or bad depending on the roll of the dice, there are always beautiful fish here. And the employees make sure that the fish stay in the middle where they can be easily seen by throwing the food out there. It was fun to see the swarms around whatever it is they're feeding these fish. The water's quite cold. In fact, my daughter chose not to go in after dipping her feet in. And luckily, the booth was kind enough to give me a refund since she did not participate in the experience. And so her mom and I had to ride swap this one of us waiting at the entrance with her while the other enjoyed it. Oop, it's another menehune on the bottom of the pool. There are lots of options for dining at the resort. Lots of quick service places that'll run you $12 to $20 per dish, and we ate at a couple of those. This hut is one of a few fine dining places on the property. Our family didn't go to any of those, so I can't tell you what I think, but having tried lots of food on Disney property in the past, I can tell you the fine dining is going to be amazing. The quick service we had was not bad. There was a day when I was headed up in the elevator with a Costco pizza in my hands. A guy in there asked me where I'd gotten it, and I gave him directions. We talked for a bit about whether it was a smart way to save money. I sighed and said, every meal can't be $200. With a family of 5 at Disney Fine Dining, I would probably pay a lot more than that. And it seems a waste when all my kids are picky in different ways. Don't get me wrong, it's a great experience every so often, but on my budget it's not feasible to do that very often. I was surprised to see that the shave ice is comparable in price to every other place on the island, even cheaper than some places we tried. I expected a huge Disney markup. The shave ice was delicious and the ears were only an extra $1, but I don't recommend getting the ears unless you just want them for your Instagram photo. I think the ears are formed ahead of time and they are frozen solid by the time they get to the customer. If you do opt for the ears, take your picture, then set the ears aside and enjoy that shave ice. Aloha, Stitch, patron demon of the resort. On to the Lagoon, which is a super fun place to play. It's exactly what you would expect at a luxury resort in Hawaii. You can play Connect 4, ping pong, or cornhole. You can check out boogie boards for free, although there aren't any waves to catch. Blurring is intentional here to protect all these kids. Mild waves make it a terrific place to swim, but it's a terrible place to snorkel. The water is super murky and it doesn't get any better as you get away from shore. I swam all the way out to the buoys, and the only way to see anything is to dive way down to the bottom. Then I was finally able to see some fish. I think there were a lot, at least 9 of them. My daughter and I played here for quite a while with a boogie board trying to catch waves. That's about it. Thanks Aulani and Oahu for such a fantastic vacation. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be taking a 2-week break for another vacation. My wife says we'll be slowing down the vacation schedule after this, but she says that a lot.